Hi guys, welcome to another video on the XML chapter. In this video I'm going to talk about the XML Dom. So pretty much as JavaScript, XML also has a DOM, and in the DOM in XML everything is a node. So we call nodes I have a little map here to show you. Here it is. So we have a root element, and which is the bookstore, and it's the parent. Then we have the child's, which is the book, category, title, author. This is how a DOM is presented. A DOM node tree is presented of an XML file. Now I'm gonna grab all these elements or all these nodes and create an XML file from this map. Okay, so you can have a clearer idea how this all works. So the first thing is create, you see you have bookstore as a parent or root element. So the first thing I'm going to create here is bookstore. Okay, and I'm going to close it down here. Make sure you have the XML version at the top of the file. And now the next thing is create book, the element book. So let's type here book, and down here let's close this. Now inside here, inside book, now we have, let me check, we have title, author, year, and price as childs of book, of the element book. So that's what we're going to do as childs here. You can call it childs or nodes. Okay, everything is a node. Okay, every single tag here is a node. Now let's type title. Here author. Let's close author. The next one was year. This now is price. Not prince, it's price. Now the title was let me check. Okay, everyday Italian. The author was Giada. The year was 2005, and $30. Now we have attributes as well. We have an attribute language and an attribute category. The category is an attribute for the element book. So what we're going to do is in here type category equals, and here we can type let's say romance. You can type anything that has to do related to the book itself. So we also have an attribute language that goes in the title here. Okay, language equals EN, so it's gonna be EN for English. Okay, so you can save this as bookstore.xml. This is how I saved it. And if you see the map here, everything that is in here is now in this DOM node tree is now presented as an XML normal file in here. Okay, this is what we know and how to do, and this is how it's presented in as a DOM node tree. Now I'm going to show you how to access every single element in a node or a DOM node tree with JavaScript, and also we're going to use XHTML. So basically what we're going to do is, let's say we have now the bookstore.xml, and we have a bunch of information of books in here, and it's basically like a mini database, and I'm going to show you how to access that database that we have in the XML, all the information we have in the XML file, with an XHTML document and some JavaScript. Okay, so first of all, create an index.html, the normal tags of XHTML file. Now let's type the script tags so we can start doing some JavaScript. And close it here. Okay, now I'm going to show you a block of code of JavaScript that we always use whenever we want to load an XML file to an XHTML page. Okay, and this is the code. I already created the code previously, and I'm going to explain you now line by line what this all means. Here at the top we have an if-else condition, which basically will make sure or confirm if the user is using Internet Explorer or other type of browser like Chrome or Firefox or Safari. If the user is using Internet Explorer, we create a variable called XHTP, which will have this value, which is a Microsoft XML HTTP object. Okay, this is in the case that the user is using Internet Explorer. If it's not using Internet Explorer and it's using other type of browser, we have given the value of XML HTTP request object to the variable XHTP. Now, this if-else condition is basically to check if there is Internet Explorer or not, and depends of the browser that the user is using, we will use a different object, either the Microsoft object or a normal object to request information to the server. Now, we grab now the XHTP here that we've given the object's value. We grab it and type it here and type dot open. Okay, this is a method that will have three values here: the get, okay, and then the name of the XML file you want to load. Okay, in this case is bookstore. Here is our XML file, and at the end you type always false. Okay, this make sure you have false, otherwise you'll have problems. Now we use again the variable XHTP and use the method send. So we send an XML HTTP request, to a server or to the server, and then we set the response as an XML Dom object in the variable XML doc. Okay. Now, at the end, to make sure that everything is working fine and the XML file has been loaded and parsed, we create a document write and then XML, type whatever you want here, but I've created here XML document loaded into an XML DOM object, or you can type XML document or XML file loaded and ready, something like that. So now to check that everything is working fine and we are ready to create some more JavaScript to output the values that we have here, because XML, all the elements and or all the nodes and information that we have in the XML file will be we will be able to output them in the XHTML page. So basically XML will be like a mini MySQL database to hold information, and then with JavaScript will work as PHP, more or less like PHP, to output information. Remember in PHP chapter that we used PHP to output and replace and update and delete information from the MySQL database. So this is pretty much the same thing, but instead of PHP we'll use JavaScript, and instead of MySQL database we will use an XML file. So I'm going to show you all that in the few next videos, how to delete, output, and update information that is stored in the XML file. And for now, if you want to see if this works, and if you want to see that the document right and this will be outputted in the page, if you go here and run it in Firefox, it will work. Okay, you have here the XML document loaded into an XML object, but if you try it in Chrome, nothing will appear. Why? Because Chrome is not the send request information or the objects that we are using here are not in a server, and basically we are sending information to a server, but we are not working on a server. So we have to use these files with the XAMPP control panel and in the htdocs, more or less like we did with PHP files. So let me check that we are working Apache here, and let me put the files bookstore.xml and index.html. I've put them in test XML folder. Now I'm going to put this folder inside htdocs, and I'm using Chrome again, but now if I go to localhost and type this was called test XML, and type test XML index.html, it works. Why? Because we're working on a server now. And basically when you start using XML HTTP requests, you have to be on the server, and you have to check that everything is working fine. You have to work on a server. Now make sure you are using a XAMPP control panel and Apache. Test it, make sure everything is working, and in the next few videos we'll learn some pretty cool stuff. Okay, so see you guys later. Bye.